everybody. Welcome to our video training on getting MailChimp going for your patient newsletter service. So you want to go over to MailChimp.com, and I'm assuming you've opened an account and all of that. If you hadn't not done that, then go ahead and open your account, and then you can come back and watch this video. So I'm going to start by logging in to MailChimp. And it'll take you to this dashboard where you can see recently sent campaigns, and just to sort of orient you to the language used within not only MailChimp but quite a few of these email programs like Constant Contact, iContact, etc. They all have sort of their own nomenclature for what they call emails, and in MailChimp they call it a campaign. So every month when you send out your patient newsletter, you're actually sending out a campaign. Here at the dashboard, you'll see that there is a menu system at top, and we're going to start by creating a list. Now, this is how it works. You have a list, and then you have contacts within those lists. And the reason why I'm starting you at lists is because when you go to send out a campaign or your patient newsletter, it's going to ask you in that process what list you want to send to. And so you need to have this set up before you try and send out your first patient newsletter. So I'm going to come here to list. It's going to take me to a list of all of my lists. And I will assume if you're brand new to this, you will not have a list. I have lists here because I make training videos. But you come over here to the right, you'll see this gray button. It says Create List. New list or groups. Now, as you get more proficient in using MailChimp, you may find that you want to subdivide an existing list into a group so that you can send certain patients or clients different emails, but I'll let you do that on your own as you get more proficient, and MailChimp does have good training that you can access on your own to do more advanced stuff, but for now we're basically creating a list. And it's going to open up this page where you can enter some information. So let's start by naming this newsletter. And your subscribers will see this when they subscribe to your list. So make sure and name it something right. Good. So newsletter list. Well, yeah, it doesn't really. You can see their example is Acme Company newsletter. So maybe I'll do that. The best health newsletter. Okay. Your from email is going to be the email address it comes from. If you have a clinic email address, you can use that. You may in the process have to verify that email address, but they'll pop a message up and let you know that. The default from name is who it's coming from, and we're going to call it the best health. Remind people how they got on your list. You signed up to our list on our website. And then your contact information, and if that's not accurate, you can edit it. How frequently do you want to be notified that someone has subscribed? And I'm just going to say I would rather just have it once a day. And then I'm going to hit save. And that list will save. And now you'll see that there's no subscribers, right? And so the next thing you have to do is import your subscribers, or you have to add a subscriber. Basically, we're just trying to get people into the list. Now, there are different ways you can do this. If I click the drop-down arrow, you'll see that I can add a subscriber, and if I click that, that's going to let me add subscribers one by one. And that's certainly something that you can do if you have 5 or 10 or 15, even 20 emails. You could just quickly come in here and enter them. But if you've got more than that, you're really going to want to use the import function. But basically, here's how you would add them. So we've got the email address. We've got the name. And then if you check this box, then they don't necessarily get an email that says that they have to opt into the list. If you don't check that box, then they're going to get an email that says, hey, confirm that you've been added to this list. And then you would just hit subscribe. And now you'll see that it shows a 1 here next to my list. And if you scroll down, you'll be able to add your next subscriber. It tells you here, want to subscribe more than one person at a time, import a list, and you could certainly click there, or you can come up to the menu and do import subscribers. When we come to that screen, if you scroll down, you'll see that there's lots of different places you can add contacts from, and they walk you through it. We are doing import from a CSV or TXT file, and the reason why I'm focusing on that is all of the major companies where you might be collecting your email addresses right now, so Google, Yahoo, Constant Contact, iContact, or any of the other sort of companies that are out there, they will all allow you to export a list of your contacts in CSV or TXT format. And so most folks who are switching over to MailChimp to do their patient newsletter service, you'll be able to get that file. So I'm going to click this first box, import from a CSV or a TXT file. It tells you that they're automatically going to clean any duplicate instances of email addresses. Here you have the option to upload a file, so I'm going to browse to where I know my fake email list is. And you can either double click it or click it and then do open. It's going to bring it in here. How you bring them in. This is what import options mean. Do you want to bring them in, automatically subscribe to this list? And in the case of setting this up for your patient newsletter service, you certainly do. And then if you click this box, auto update my existing list, that's if you've already got a list of people in there and you were uploading new people, it would find a subscriber that's already on your list and update their information. And I don't have anyone there, so it doesn't really matter if I click it or I don't click it. But if I'm importing addresses into an existing list, I usually do click that to update information. So I'll click Upload List. Now it's going to take you automatically to a screen where you have an opportunity to match the columns in your list, so your spreadsheet, to the MailChimp list. And this first column, you can look and see, it shows you a sample of what exists in your current list. So we've got Laura, Mike, Steve, Jim, and Paul. Well, that's clearly a first name, so I click on that drop-down box, and I'm going to choose first name in my column, and then I'll click Save. It'll take me to my second column. And I think that these are last names, Peters, Jones, Brown, and Smith. So I'll choose last name, I'll save, and the system almost always recognizes the email address. I'll just hit save, and then there's nothing really other than that you have to do. So I'll just click complete import down here at the bottom. And that's going to import all of my subscribers in. If you have a lot, 500, 1,000, 1,500, it's going to take some time, just so you know. Now, if I scroll down, I can see, oh, now all of my clients are on my list. So that's how you import a list into Aweber, and we also created our list. Now what we want to do is we want to do our sign-up form. Now, I've noticed a lot of our subscribers, they've got a great list going, but when I check out their website for them, if they ask me to, I don't see a sign up to my newsletter on their website. And this is a great way to collect names and to grow your list, is to have a sign up form on your website. So I'm just going to come right over here and click sign up forms, and it's going to take me to a screen where I can choose what kind of form I want. And so the general form, the embedded form, so this would be where your web person could take the code and actually put it in your site or your blog. You can have a pop-up. I really just usually use the general forms here because it's the quickest and easiest. You could also, if you scroll all the way down at the bottom, you can have a sign-up form on your Facebook page, things like that. And I encourage you to explore all of those options. But for getting a form quickly up, or at least a link to a form, I'm going to click General Forms. And that's going to open up a box where you can now do a little bit of formatting. You can let subscribers pick if they want HTML or plain text. I usually always click that. You can then come in here and you can do some customizing of the form. So I've got the Best Health Newsletter, which, if you remember, that's what I named my list, and that's what the name of the sign-up form is. You can put a message in here just by clicking in that box, and we could do something like receive health updates monthly, and you can say whatever else you want, full of great foods and recipes and herbs and all of that. We'll save and close that, and you'll see that that message appears right there. There's the spot for their email address, their first name, their last name. The preferred format, of course, should be HTML. And then there's a button here, subscribe to list. Now you can add fields here over on the right if you want their phone number. If there's a drop down, who knows what this form is for other than signing up for your newsletter. But since it's for the newsletter, this is more than sufficient to gather their names. You can also click on design it, and that gets a little more complex, but you can certainly play around with it. You can change the color of the page, the body of the sign up form, the background, the header, all sorts of stuff. Like you could put your image, if you've got a logo, you could put that in here. And quickly I'll just show you, let's change the background of the page. So it says you're changing the background. So I'm going to click in that box. It's going to give me a color. Let's make it something like a nice green. And you'll see it change that color. You just click out of that box, you're done. And here I could change the background of the body of the newsletter. My designer son would say, oh, these colors are awful. But that, I just want to show you quickly that you can do that, right? And so that's all done. Here it has sign up form URL. This is a link that will take people to your sign up form. And there's lots of ways that you can work with this URL. You could put a link on your website that says, you know, click here to sign up to my newsletter. You could put an image there, and in that image it says click here to sign up. There's lots of different things. Or if you're going to be doing the form on your website, your web person would want some code for you. So that's the sign up form. And now I'll show you that we can take this URL just so you can see. I'm going to copy that and open up a new browser window so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to paste that URL in my browser bar, and you'll see now it's live. It takes you right to the sign up form, and they can subscribe to your list. And I know this doesn't look really great, but it was just a quick demonstration of how to use those different features. And that will wrap up how to create a list, how to import your contacts, and then how to get your sign up form set up and be able to grab a URL that you could embed on your website. Thanks for joining us, and make sure and check out the next video for MailChimp on how to actually send out your first patient newsletter or campaign. Have a great day.